Beloved friends, imagine waking up each morning with a sense of renewal, with the assurance that the Creator of the universe has already gone ahead of you, preparing the way for your steps. How different would your day look if, instead of rushing into it with anxiety, distraction, or worry, you paused, bowed your heart, and aligned yourself with God before anything else? This, my friends, is the power of starting your day with God. Each morning presents a fresh beginning, a blank page in the story of your life. And the truth is, how you start your morning often shapes the trajectory of your entire day. When you wake up and immediately reach for your phone, fill your mind with news headlines, or get consumed by social media, you start your day in the current of chaos. But when you choose to first seek God in prayer, when you choose to declare that before the world speaks, heaven will speak to you, you set yourself on a higher path. Morning prayer is more than a routine. It is alignment. It is a sacred moment where the noise of yesterday, the worries of tomorrow, and the distractions of today all bow to the presence of the Almighty. When you wake up and say, Lord, this day is yours. Guide me, strengthen me, and walk with me, you're not just speaking words. You are shifting the spiritual atmosphere around you. You are acknowledging that you cannot do it alone and that your strength comes from Him. Now, let us reflect on why beginning your day with God is so essential. The truth is, life brings with it unexpected challenges. You may face deadlines, difficult conversations, or struggles that weigh heavy on your soul. If you start your day empty, you will run dry quickly. But when you start your day with God, you begin with a full cup. You begin with a heart anchored in peace, a mind sharpened by wisdom, and a spirit clothed in resilience. The morning is a sacred hour. Think of the rising sun, how it breaks through the darkness of night, spreading light across the sky. That is what prayer does in your life. It pierces the darkness with divine light, reminding you that God is with you, that His mercies are new every morning, and that His faithfulness never fails. When you pray in the morning, you don't just ask God for things, you invite Him into everything. You invite Him into your work, your relationships, your decisions, your health, and even your struggles. You say, Lord, this isn't just my day, it's your day. And with that declaration, you position yourself to see His hand move in ways you could never imagine. Some may say, but I don't have time in the morning. Beloved, you don't have time not to. If you don't make time for God, the world will gladly fill your day with distractions, pressures, and stress. 5 minutes with God in the morning can bring more clarity than hours of worry throughout the day. A short prayer can realign your spirit more than any motivational speech or self-help article ever could. Because when you pray, you are not just speaking into the air, you are connecting with the one who holds all power in His hands. Morning prayer is also a declaration of dependence. When you pray, you are saying, Lord, I need you. It is humility, acknowledging that no matter how strong, skilled, or capable you think you are, you cannot carry the weight of life alone. And here's the beauty. God delights in meeting you in that place of surrender. He delights in pouring strength into the weary, wisdom into the uncertain, and courage into the fearful. When you begin your day with God, you also protect your heart. The world is full of negativity, temptation, and distraction, but prayer acts as a shield. It reminds you of who you are and whose you are. It centers your heart so that when challenges arise, you respond not out of fear or anger, but out of faith and wisdom. Think of David in the Psalms. Time and time again, he declared, "In the morning, O Lord, I lay my request before you and wait in expectation." David understood that the morning was not just another time of day. It was a time of consecration, a time to align with God before stepping into battle, leadership, or responsibility. And if David, a king and a warrior, saw the importance of morning prayer, how much more should we? There is also joy in starting your day with God. The world often begins the day with noise, but prayer begins the day with peace. When you lift your heart in gratitude, thanking God for breath in your lungs, for a new day, for the opportunities ahead, something shifts within you. Gratitude unlocks joy, and joy gives you strength. Suddenly, the tasks of the day are no longer burdens. They are blessings. The people you meet are no longer obstacles. They are opportunities for love. The challenges you face are no longer mountains. They are testimonies in the making. But starting your day with God is not about perfection. It's not about praying elaborate words or following a rigid ritual. It's about sincerity. It's about quieting your heart, whether for 5 minutes or 50, and saying, "Lord, be with me today." That simple act opens the door to a deeper walk with Him. Consider this: every morning you set an agenda, whether consciously or unconsciously. You decide what will matter, what will shape your attitude, what will take priority. Prayer allows you to set that agenda with heaven. Instead of reacting to the world, you are responding to God. Instead of being driven by fear, you are driven by faith. Let me encourage you: make prayer your first priority, not your last resort. Too often we treat prayer as an emergency exit, something we run to when all else fails. But prayer was never meant to be the last option. It was meant to be the first foundation. When you start with God, everything else finds its place. In the stillness of morning prayer, God can give you insight for decisions you will face, peace for conversations you will have, and strength for obstacles you will encounter. He can align your thoughts so that your words bring life instead of harm, your actions bring hope instead of despair, and your presence becomes a reflection of His light. Friend, when you start your day with God, you are not just surviving the day, you are thriving in it. You are not just moving through routines, you are living with divine purpose. You are not just enduring challenges, you are overcoming them with faith. Think of Jesus Himself. Scripture tells us that He often withdrew early in the morning to pray. If the Son of God, who carried the weight of salvation, saw the need to begin His day with prayer, how much more do we need it? Morning prayer is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is strength disguised as surrender. So I challenge you tomorrow morning, before the noise of the world enters your mind, before you scroll through messages or check your calendar, pause. Find a quiet space. Close your eyes. Breathe. Say, "Thank you, Lord, for this day. Guide me, walk with me, and let your will be done." That simple prayer can be the difference between chaos and clarity, between fear and faith, between exhaustion and energy. Over time, this habit will transform not only your mornings, but your entire life. Because when you align your routine with God, you stop chasing after peace, you carry it. You stop searching for strength, you embody it. You stop fearing the unknown, you trust the one who already knows. Your morning is a gift. Use it to connect with the giver of all gifts. And as you do, watch how your days begin to change. Watch how your heart grows lighter, your mind grows sharper, and your spirit grows stronger. So let us begin each day with prayer. Let us wake up not with dread, but with expectation. Let us walk not in our own strength, but in His. And let us live each day knowing that when we start with God, we never walk alone. The first keynote is that beginning your day with God is not simply about saying words in prayer, but about anchoring your entire being in His presence, allowing His wisdom to guide your steps, and His peace to guard your heart. You see, prayer is not meant to be a mere recitation of words or a ritual we rush through before moving on with the day. It is a moment of alignment, a moment where your spirit, your thoughts, and your intentions are rooted in the one who created you. The second keynote is that prayer in the morning does more than set a spiritual tone. It creates alignment between your intentions and God's divine purpose. ensuring that the ordinary tasks of life become infused with extraordinary meaning. You see, many people begin their day with a checklist, with goals, deadlines, and responsibilities. Those things are important. But without alignment, they can leave you feeling drained, unfulfilled, or even disconnected. Prayer takes what you plan to do and places it under the covering of God's will. When you rise in the morning and pray, you are not only setting the tone of your heart, you are also bringing your plans before the throne of heaven. You are saying, Lord, not my will, but yours be done. And in that surrender, something beautiful happens. Your daily actions, no matter how simple, become sacred. Preparing a meal for your family is no longer just cooking. It becomes an act of love inspired by God. Going to work is no longer just earning a paycheck. It becomes a platform to show integrity, kindness, and light. Even conversations with strangers carry the weight of divine purpose because you realize that God can use you in ways you didn't expect. Prayer in the morning aligns your intentions with God's greater design. It keeps you from chasing what doesn't matter and strengthens your focus on what truly does. Turns I have to into I get to. It transforms routine into revelation. This is why the smallest tasks, when covered in prayer, carry eternal value. They remind you that you are not simply living another day, you are living God's day, and He has infused it with purpose beyond what you can see. The third keynote is that when you prioritize God at the start of your routine, you unlock strength, clarity, and joy that the world cannot give, positioning yourself to live each day with purpose, resilience, and unwavering faith. The truth is, every morning you will draw your energy and focus from something, whether it's caffeine, your to-do list, or even the rush of urgency. But these sources are temporary. They wear off. They leave you drained. Only God offers a strength that is unshakable, a clarity that cuts through confusion, and a joy that sustains you even when circumstances are heavy. When you put God first in your morning, you are choosing to drink from a well that never runs dry. His word gives you strength not just for the easy moments, but for the moments when life presses hard against you. His Spirit clears away the fog of doubt, fear, and distraction, giving you vision for the path ahead. And His joy, unlike the fleeting happiness of this world, becomes your foundation. It lifts your spirit, softens your heart, and gives you a reason to smile even when challenges arise. Prioritizing God at the start of your day is like setting your spiritual compass. No matter what detours come, no matter what storms arise, you remain oriented toward Him. And because of that, you walk through the day with resilience. Resilience that doesn't come from sheer willpower, but from the presence of God Himself strengthening you from within. You live with purpose because you know you are walking in step with His design. You live with unwavering faith because you have already surrendered the day to the One who holds tomorrow. This is why beginning your routine with God is not just a practice. It is a transformation. It equips you to handle pressure without breaking, to face obstacles without fear, and to embrace opportunities with boldness and grace. It is the key to living not just another day, but a day filled with divine possibility. When you wake up and choose to center yourself in God, you are declaring that before the world places its demands on you, before fear whispers to you, and before stress tries to steal your peace, you will first stand in the presence of the Almighty. His presence becomes your anchor, keeping you steady no matter how strong the winds of life may blow. His wisdom becomes your compass, guiding you through decisions, conversations, and challenges with clarity and discernment. His peace becomes your guard, a shield that protects your heart from the anxiety, negativity, and noise that so easily overwhelm us. This is the difference between a life lived in reaction and a life lived in intention. Without God, mornings can feel rushed, scattered, and heavy. But when you begin with Him, you enter the day with stability, focus, and a deep sense of assurance that you are not walking alone. This is why starting your day with God is so powerful. It is not about length or eloquence of prayer, but about surrender, connection, and trust.